estrogen. Number 2, you produce less thyroid hormone. And number 3, you either produce less or are resistant to insulin. Every one of those things sets in motion all sorts of metabolic problems in your body. And there's a whole lot of overlap in the symptoms you notice. At menopause, you have all the following: weight gain due to increased storage of fat in your abdomen, slower metabolism due to decreased thyroid hormone, and less efficient glucose metabolism due to insulin resistance. And it just so happens that the younger your age at the time of postmenopause, the higher your risk of type 2 diabetes. Now, every disease has risk factors. Risk factors are the things that put you at risk for developing the disease. And I've given you a whole big long list of risk factors for a heart attack. And one of those risk factors is diabetes. And if I give you a list of the risk factors for diabetes itself, you see that, oh my goodness, a bunch of them are the same as the risk factors for heart attack. The ones that are the same for both diseases are high lousy LDL, low healthy HDL, high triglycerides, obesity, fat in your abdomen, high blood pressure, sedentary lifestyle, depression, or a family history of type 2 diabetes. It's just shocking. This is really a big, big deal. What you have here is 2 significant diseases, but you have a lot of overlap in the factors that cause these 2 significant diseases in the first place. Plus, you have a lot of overlap in the people who are likely to get them. And you know what that means? It means that most of the things that you can do to prevent one also work to prevent the other one. It is so easy to prevent diabetes. The problem is that our society has developed ways of living that put you at high risk of both diabetes and heart attack. And it's up to you to do what you can to do to avoid them. The biggest contributor of diabetes is all the sugar that's in everything these days. When you put too much sugar into your body just can't handle it. It overwhelms your insulin, which is precisely what insulin resistance amounts to. The next contributor is processed foods, which strip nutrients right out and put preservatives in, including sugar. Add to that our sedentary lifestyles, and your body stores glucose for later rather than burning it now. Goes right back to that candy, now and later. And that leads to obesity, with most of the fat being deposited in your abdomen. And all these things screw up your cholesterol values, which leads to lipid buildup in your heart arteries. And the lipid buildup in your arteries puts your blood pressure under higher pressure. And that's the definition of high blood pressure. And the blood pressure destroys your organs and eventually causes the heart attack. It is such a vicious, vicious cycle. And it doesn't even have to be a strict cycle. It's like any of those things can occur in any order. You can draw a line from any one of them to just any of the others, and it can look like a tangled web, because that's really how it works. If you're at risk for a heart attack, you're also at risk for stroke, high blood pressure, and diabetes. It's a package deal. Ask any physician. He or she will tell you that most of their patients who have one of them have all of them. And the sad thing is that this is becoming the norm. It's even happening to kids these days. People are getting fatter and fatter, and with fat, you get diabetes, high blood pressure, stroke, and heart attack. That is why I discussed all of these in our unit on heart attack. And everything I presented in the unit for management options for heart attack applies to diabetes too. You know, I'm beginning to sound like a broken record. The low-fat, high-fiber, low-sugar diet, regular exercise, weight control, no smoking. If you prevent these diseases in the first place, taking HRT will be much more beneficial than risky. And it will also help to prevent developing the diseases. But if you already have any of these diseases, you're going to find yourself in a catch-22. You might want to take HRT to prevent heart attack, osteoporosis, and Alzheimer's, but you can't, because you already have high risk for heart attack, high risk for stroke, high risk for blood pressure, and diabetes. The name of the game in menopause management is to use the options that have more benefit than risk. But you can't do that if you have all these diseases. And unfortunately, most people with type 2 diabetes choose to take a medication for the diabetes instead of getting rid of the diabetes by getting rid of their lifestyle. It's a product of our quick fix mentality. So I hope this podcast is a wake-up call for you if you're headed toward diabetes land. I try to simplify the material. There's some excellent books on this, one of which is called Fat Chance by Robert Ludig. And it's not exactly an easy read, but it's excellent in terms of how it explains how sugar does the same things to your body that fat does to it. And that's why I talk about it in the heart attack unit. So I'm telling you, this business of understanding how these diseases are connected is so powerful. It helps you so much in terms of making sure you understand not only the nuances of each disease, but how doing anything to help yourself with one disease can help with all the others too. It's absolutely shocking how much bang you can get for your buck if you know how to manage any one of these diseases. And people who do change their diets and lifestyle, they tell you it makes a difference in every aspect of their lives. And that should make you very happy and make you look very good. And that should be rewarding enough to make you want to keep it up. It's a shame that these chronic diseases are so common because it's so unnecessary and they're so preventable, and it all boils down to you. You are the biggest part of the equation when it comes to these. You have more power than anybody or anything, and your goal is to use the power before you're in trouble with these diseases. And that is why I teach the way I do. That is why I give you these lessons in a way where the analogies, if you watch my videos, the props, the models, everything helps you understand things on a level that is unforgettable. I like to use analogies. I like to use props that are familiar to you when I'm teaching you things that are unfamiliar to you. That makes it fun. And it also makes it easy to understand, and you understand it in a very relaxed way without feeling intimidated. You know, medical stuff is kind of intimidating. So I try to take all that away. I hope you've enjoyed this unit on heart attack. If you need to go back and listen to some of these again, please do, or go to my website and or go to the YouTube channel, Menopause Taylor, and watch them on video and really solidify this education, because this is critical. This is the stuff on which people either make it or break it. At my website, you can schedule a consultation with me that will change your life forever for the better. They are very popular. I stay very busy and very booked. I love doing them. I am saving lives for women all over the world, and I do them all on video platforms, and I have my own video platform in the website, so wherever you are, I can do a consultation with you, and it will be the most beneficial thing you've ever done in terms of being proactive, taking control of your health, and making sure you know how to manage your menopause your way successfully and easily, because no matter how you want to manage it, I'm unbiased. I cover everything: diet, lifestyle, vitamins, minerals, herbs, botanicals, hormones, non-hormonal medications. You've seen me do it in these podcasts. It's the same thing I do with all aspects of my education. So please go to the website. Please watch the videos. Subscribe to my channel. And the more people you can get turned on to this education, the better off all women will be. My dream is for all women to get this education in their 20s and 30s, because that would change the world in ways that we can't even imagine. They would know what to expect, they would know how to address it, and they would know all their options. So this is where I'll leave you today. I invite you to come back next week for another great podcast, and thank you for listening. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye.